Beautiful. What's going on, brothers? It's not me telling you the name. Got a video for you. As written title, Self-Inflicted. Here goes. In a lot of my videos, I often say that the misery, the pain, and the misfortune that a lot of these trollops, a lot of these spinsters, a lot of these DNA dumpsters, a lot of these Cleon bitches are going through in this life are self-inflicted. Well, every word of that is absolutely true. It's all self-inflicted. And I know a lot of the bitch-made simps, a lot of the male hyenas, a lot of the effeminate throwbacks don't want to accept that. Well, it is what it is. So, it goes like this. For the trollops who prattle on and on about where have all the good men gone, do a lot of them even realize that the good men that aren't there never got a chance to grow to become good men because when those men were boys or infants, they were killed in the womb? I'm talking about the 60+ million abortions. That's right. Here in the West, women outnumber men. And there's been over 60 million abortions, most of which were baby boys. Because, you know, girl power, down with the patriarchy, all the dog shit. So, please understand that when these trollops scream, where have all the good men gone? Tell them that maybe there aren't any good men around because you killed them in the fucking womb. Shit into some blood. And also tell them that there are plenty of good men out there. They're just not looking for you because they know what you are. That's how you tear that argument apart. And then you have this argument about lack of protection. Men don't protect, they don't provide, they don't build. Where's my protection? Please inform these DNA dumpsters and these trollops that for 5 decades, they have told the world and they have told men that they are strong and independent, they don't need no man. They've told us that they can do bad all by themselves. They told us that they can raise their boys to be men. Never mind the fact that they have utterly failed for all these years. And they still refuse to own up to it. But when tribulation dogs their steps, they want to scream, where's my protection? Cut that argument in half, brothers. Cut it in half. Because if they want to scream about a lack of protection, please tell them that their calamity was self-inflicted. And then you have these women who are sitting up here complaining because the Bachelors are choosing to remain bachelors. I'm talking about the dusty, petrified spinsters who make videos on social media and call bachelors pathetic for refusing to settle down and get married. So let me get this right. You fucked away all of your youth. You squandered all of your golden years fucking habitual felons, convicts, and the very worst of civilization. And now that you are north of 200 pounds, in your 40s and 50s, you probably have a lot of debt and a couple of STDs. You're calling bachelors pathetic for not looking in your direction? When they say shit like this, cut the argument in half. So, check this out. And then you have these trollops who are saying that they have not found a husband because the men that they look at are not economically attractive. In other words, they're projecting their fuck-ups onto men. Never mind the fact that they themselves are swimming in student loan debt, consumer debt that they're responsible for. And never mind the fact that they're the ones who turn marriage and relationships into a fucking joke. You heard what I said? That was all they're doing. Marriage is a funeral with cake, and the tribes saw to it that it would be that way. I mean, after all, the whole concept of the starter marriage started with Deborah Skupek back in the 90s. The idea of the starter marriage, the idea of the starter husbands came from these trollops. And they tell on themselves on social media, they tell on themselves when you go to these Reddit posts where they give dating advice to women, or how they instruct women how to divorce men with means and collect the loot. They turn marriages and relationships into a fucking joke. That was all self-inflicted. So when they sit up here, gripe and complain, or try to flick you shit, or try to tell you that a man with standards is a misogynist, please tell them that their misery and their calamity and their misfortune was all self-inflicted. It's all their fucking fault. You reap what you sow, and what goes around comes around. It is what it is. Men worth their salt, men who have eyes and ears to hear, men who have pockets, deep pockets, men whose bread are fat, they are not interested in marrying a woman who is radioactive. They're not going to marry that. And they sure as hell aren't going to even seek out a relationship with women who want to be women when they feel like it and want to be men when they feel like it. That's an abomination. The woman has to be the woman in a relationship, the man has to be the man in a relationship. A lot of these tribes today don't understand that shit. And that's why they're still taking L's. And they're going to continue to take L's because they won't own up to their bad behavior. And their rabbit-ass mind, all of their misfortune, all of their shortcomings, all of the losses they've taken in this life is all his fault. It's never her fault. But all of their suffering was self-inflicted. Be careful what you wish for, lest you meet your end by getting it. It is what it is. If you're offended, get a stigmata. Reality does not go away just because you refuse to accept it. It is what it is. This is a line of Mgtow. That's all I got. If you like the video, like, share, and the commentary, feel free to subscribe. If you don't visit my channel, you find a tip jar on the upper right side of the screen. That's the G plus icon. All right, fam. All right, brethren. You know it's real. You know routine. Go on with everyone. SYSPM. As for these bitch-made simps, as for these Klingon bitches, as for these DNA dumpsters, and all these trollops who like to gripe and complain about a lack of eligible men for them to pillage, give them nothing. This has been Mgtow PSA. More to come, bro. So tight. See you soon.